Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? See some of y'all in the chat already. Yes, sir. What's good with it? Is it Chindo or Shindo? Ramirez, Raider Trolls. Straight tripping today. Facts, man. I was over there on the watching the press conference with you guys, and boy, they came out the woodworks today. They was tripping. They was not playing today. You had some Broncos in there. You had some Chiefs fans in there. I think I even seen some Texas fans in there. Yo, they was wilding out. But what's good? How everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great day today. Um, Popping on, doing this live because we've seen the Raiders presser with John Gruden, Coach Gus Bradley. Finally, we heard from him and Yannick Ngakoue. Want to do a quick little shout out to Raider 530. I see you in the building, man. Raider 530. Let me see. Raider Nation for life. You already know what it is. Dustin White was good. Was good. I see y'all in the chat, man. DB Crypto. What's up, DB Crypto? What's up with the crypto, man? Were you the one commenting Dogecoin? I seen somebody commenting Dogecoin. I think that was you, man. Big shout out to you, man, if you're helping people with crypto and really trying to invest. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Third and Renfro, he good. Yes, sir. Lone Warrior. 2332 was good. Was good. Pizzle 4420 was good, man. How y'all doing? I see y'all in the chat. Just want to say what's good, everybody. Do my rounds. Angel M. Andrew Knock. I see you in the building. What's good, family? Appreciate y'all tuning in. I see y'all talk about the record. Y'all think what are y'all thinking? I seen somebody say 12-5, 12-5. I expect 10 wins minimum. So a Lone Warrior says I expect 10 wins minimum. Kind of off topic, but what do y'all think the record is? What do y'all think our record is going to be? How confident do you think Gruden, Yannick, and Coach Bradley sounded today? What y'all think about that? 10 wins minimum, though. We have to have 10 wins minimum because last year, what was it? It wasn't good enough. That's all I'm going to say about that. It wasn't good enough. And in this division, we're going to most likely need at least, I don't know, how many wins we going to need to actually get into the playoffs? Because I heard some people say we're going to need more than 10 wins just to get in the playoffs. So, I don't know. Because I got us going 10-7. I got us going 10-7. But that's just me. You know what I mean? We have a pretty tough schedule. And we have to play the AFC North. And the AFC North is pretty tough division. Let me just open something up real quick so I can make sure everything's straight. Okay. Hey, so y'all can hear me good? I'm not lagging or anything. Let me know down in the comments if I'm lagging or if anything like that. Everything's straight. Okay. So y'all can hear me good? I'm not lagging. Let's see. 9 wins is still trash. Yeah, I don't think I think we gotta get more than 9 wins, yo. We gotta get way more than 9. So let's hop right into it. Jose Francisco, what's good, Raid? Can't wait for training camp, man. You already know. I can't wait to see what the final roster looks like. See what we get in the preseason. No man, Ravencoin. I do help peeps with real crypto investments. Ravencoin, okay, interesting. I have to look into that one. Ray Osorio, what's good? What's up with it, man? Knock Andrew got us at 10-7. Dustin White, 12-5. Angel M right here with the 11-6, top 18 defense. I like that because it's not too much. It's not you know what I mean? It's not really biased. I feel like being top 18 isn't that big of an accomplishment, but for us it would be. And I think that's reasonable. Top 18 defense is reasonable. But yeah, let me know down. Okay, yeah, for sure. If I'm ever lagging, if anything ever happens, make sure y'all let me know. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you guys will. DB Crypto got us at 12-5. So we got a couple of 12-5s. I see a few 12-5s. What up? I see a few 12-5s. I see some 10-7s. So okay, so basically at the end of the day, can you all agree we gotta at least have 10 wins, like bro said earlier. No, we shouldn't expect anything game by game. It's any given Sunday. That's true. That's true. What's that picture? What's that picture right there? That's wild. Raider Watts Raider in the building. What's good? What's good? Gus Bradley said himself that as far as the D line, he's gonna go with who's hot and playing well. True, true. I don't know what high five Freddie's talking about with a 13-8, but let's go ahead and jump right into it though. This conference, man. First one to talk was Coach Gruden. I didn't really take away too much from what Coach Gruden had to say. Let me know down in the comments if y'all have any questions. If y'all heard anything Coach Gruden said specifically that y'all thought was pretty interesting. But I didn't think Gruden really said too much at all, honestly. I think the meat and potatoes was basically Gus Bradley, what he had to say was pretty much had everything. Gruden did speak on the corners, I believe. He did speak on the corners, but it's just whatever, you know what I mean? He says, I'll answer any questions I can. That's what Coach Gruden says. Every time he comes out, he says, I'll answer any questions that I can. But I'll kind of Gruden said Diablo is out right now, but is hopeful for training camp. What do y'all think about that with Devon Diablo not being there? Do y'all think that have y'all heard anything about that? Have y'all heard anything about Devon Diablo, where he is at with camp and showing up and everything like that? Yeah, Watts, kind of just want to stick on Gruden right now. Just get over Gruden, what Gruden had to say, and then we're gonna pop right into what Gus Bradley had to say, because he said a lot more. You know what I mean? That's what we really want to hear from, because we want to know how this defense is going to turn out. He's the leader of that defense. He's the one implementing the scheme. So at the end of the day, he's the one that basically we're gonna dissect everything he had to say. But we got a Derek Carr, some Derek Carr slander already. We're not even talking about Carr, man. And for some reason, you just got to we're not talking about Carr. Derek Carbage has the most losses as a starter over 7 seasons. He also has the most fumbles, 63 over 7 seasons, 8-8 record last season. This stat means nothing if you don't win. Okay. He keeps us in the dark and feeds them like mushrooms. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He hasn't signed a contract yet. Exactly. You know what I mean? I believe Malcolm Kuntz, correct me if I'm wrong, did he sign a contract either? Has he signed his contract? Malcolm Kuntz? Y'all let me know. He said snipe him. He says snipe him. No, that's good, man. I believe he's a Raider fan. He's just old disgruntled Raider fan. That's it. I get it. Watch Raider. Gruden wasn't talking about nothing facts. He wasn't really talking about nothing. So with that being said, let's hop right into what Gus Bradley was talking about. Go ahead, let me know what y'all think about what Gus Bradley had to say about the defense. Any questions that he was asked? What do y'all think about that? He did bring up, I'm going to go down a little bit. Just some vague things he said is that these guys, they're young. They have to learn the system. But what happens after you learn the system is you pick up your own identity within the system and you create your own, your personality, right? Your personality kind of leans on that in that role, and then you just create your own person within the scheme. So and every time I've heard Gus Bradley talk, he spoke about maturity. If you notice, every time he talks about the team, the defense, and the guys being young and developing, he always speaks about maturity. He always says, you got to be mature. You got to grow into the system. You got to grow as a team and have that chemistry and really have that depth. So let's see what some of y'all have to say about it. Car haters, yeah, man. People going to hate regardless. I'm not sure what it is. We're not even talking about Carr right now. He said, "Oh, grumpy Rose hole." Salute Ray Young. Yeah, man. So what do y'all think about what Gus Bradley had to say, though? Anything? But he signed a waiver to practice. Oh, okay. Okay. So Gus Bradley basically was saying, another thing I seen Gus Bradley say, I got some notes right here on the side. They had asked him about Crosby and getting reduced snap count, because I believe Crosby last year played the most snaps amongst anybody on our defense. And it was a total of, I don't remember, I think it was 900 snaps. Was it 700 snaps, or 900 snaps. I can't remember, but I believe he played the most snaps on the defense for us. And that says a lot because when you bring in Yannick, you bring in Malcolm Kuntz, you have a healthy, hopefully you get a healthy full-time the whole season, Cleveland Farrell. That means Max Crosby's snap count is going to dramatically drop. You're gonna probably see about 30% of his snaps taken away, in my opinion. Probably about 30% of the snaps. But mind you, last year he was working on overload. Max Crosby was working on overload. Go check the snap counts if y'all haven't seen it and seen who was really playing on defense for us every single snap, and that was basically Max Crosby. So that was a good question. That was a good question, though. I feel like that question may have gone under the radar a little bit, but for sure, it's interesting because Gus Bradley goes on to speak about the depth and having two lines. So basically, you think about having two lines. You have you have Max Crosby, you have Cleveland Farrell. Those are two ends, and then you also have Malcolm Kuntz and Yannick Ngakoue. Those are also two other ends that you like to see get into the quarterback. Carl Nassib. I ain't really trying to say his name because I know a lot of you guys do not like Carl Nassib, but those are basically the ends right there that we have that could really step up and do something. And then, of course, we have our D tackles and Jonathan Hankins, who's going to basically be the one nose tackle. And outside of that, we have a lot of three techs. We have Jefferson, who could probably move over and then get a different D tackle in like Solomon Thomas and see where that goes. I know we have Phylon, we have Darius Stills, Kendall Vickers, and we got to have those guys because, like Gus Bradley said, he thinks we should have two lines. At the end of the day, we should basically have two lines. What do y'all think about what was said about the defensive line? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you think about that. Austin Martinez, he really wants these guys to be friends with each other and go to war for each other. Exactly. You got to build that chemistry. You got to build camaraderie. You got to have that spirit of corps. You have to have that high morale. If you don't have high morale, it's just going to drain everything. It's just going to be a toxic environment. It's just going to drain the energy out of the day. It's just going to drain the energy out of the work. So that's for sure. That's facts right there, Austin Martinez. Batman says, I feel after the interview from Gus, we're going to have a top 10 defense. The only thing I would say to that, man, is that I don't want to get too overzealous, right? I just don't want to jump right into it based off of some OTAs, a couple words. We're the Raiders. We have to prove it. We really have to prove it. When our defense hasn't, our best defense is 18th, highest ranked defense is 18th. In the past, I believe, 20 years plus, or actually past 20 years, because our last good defense was 2002, I believe, and we were ranked 6th in the league. And then ever since then, we've been either 18th or worse. And we already know last year we were 30th, and the year before that, I don't even know what we were, in the bottom, basically. So top 10, I wouldn't jump to top 10 right now. I would rather jump to top 20, because right now we're 30. So if we jump to inside the 20, then that's cool. That's cool. But I do hope we have a top 10 within the next 2 to 3 years, like a consistent defense that's top 10 or at least top 15, right? At least top 15 consistently. My guy says watching Gus Bradley video. Yes, sir. Rosetown Pirate back again. Denver biggest upside. Chargers best overall. Chiefs, Raiders with most to prove. Yeah. I mean, the Raiders do have a lot to prove, man. The Raiders do have a lot to prove. Denver biggest upside. I don't really see that. I don't really see Denver with the biggest upside. I don't see it. Chargers best overall. Yeah. Anyways, let's go to the next one because I ain't. He said he still has no idea who's playing slot corner. Okay. This is a good topic because I wanted to get to this. I see some of you guys talking about Littleton. We're going to get to that. We're going to take it one thing at a time. He said we got a lot of depth on the line too. Exactly. We have a lot of depth at the D tackle spot. But matter of fact, do you guys, after I believe Sheldon Richardson signed, would y'all have liked to go get a guy like that, Sheldon Richardson? Um, I don't know. I think I would have grabbed him. I would have snatched up Sheldon Richardson quick, especially for what he got signed. Talking about it last night on Raiders Football Talk, it was kind of like, damn, why didn't we just snatch him up? But we must think we have enough depth um, to get to where we need to go. And let me get to the super chat real quick. Um, Dominique, aka Neek, what's good with it, man? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Hope everybody's having a good day today. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Let's get through this week. Let's get through this week very good on a positive note. We got Thursday, Friday next, so let's end it strong. Let's end it on with some good motivation and some positive thinking. You feel me? So with Neek coming through with the super chat, says Littleton outside linebacker. I like that idea. How about you? Okay, so let's just jump right into this right now since I see some people talking about it. Littleton at outside linebacker, for sure. I feel like that's kind of basically what he's been doing. That's kind of just how I feel like he's been doing. He's kind of been that coverage linebacker. He kind of reiterated, which Gus Bradley kind of reiterated on that. I know he said something specifically. I wrote it down. Okay, he said Corey's fast. He creates matchups for us, and then he's a skilled cover guy. And this is one thing I was surprised by what Gus Bradley said about Littleton, that he has a good edge. And so I might have to go back and see exactly how he said that in which context. I don't know if he meant like he sets a good edge, if he's a good edge player, good edge defender, or he means in personality, in energy, like he brings a good edge. So I might have to go back and double check that because I just wrote down trying to paraphrase what he was saying. Pizzle, what's good with him, man? Yeah, Max Crosby had I believe Max Crosby had about 900 sacks, bro. Snaps. I'm tripping. It doesn't like too optimistic. Kuntz. Yeah, Yannick is better than Kuntz. I mean, no doubt, no doubt. So they put weight on Max last year and played the hell out of him. I like what Gus said about having two sets of line. Exactly. Two sets of line, like you're saying, and playing fresh and playing the hot players. Awesome. That is exactly what we need. And that's exactly what we didn't have last year. We had guys like Eric Harris, who is basically a third string safety, but we had him starting. Like that doesn't even make sense. We had guys on the defensive line like I can't remember his name, but I believe it was I can't even remember his name. Last year was 92. Well, who was 92 last year on the defense? It was like we had random defensive linemen coming in that, were just bringing it up just randomly out of nowhere because we had no depth. Only two guys that really stayed consistent on the defensive line were Max Crosby, and Max Crosby got hurt, I believe, in like the middle of the season, and Jonathan Hankins. So we got to see what that was about. He also says he's going to rotate slot guys. And what was interesting about the slot position, let's jump into that. What's interesting about the slot position is that he said the first thing he said about the slot position was Lawson. He said Lawson jumped out. I know a lot of you guys don't like Lawson. We've talked about this before. I know a lot of you guys don't like Lawson. Personally, I don't think Lawson is that bad of a corner. Again, like I said with Eric Harris, you don't have Eric Harris start on your team. Like whose idea was it to be like, all right, let's have Eric Harris start on our defense at free safety? So when it comes to Lawson, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, who has Lawson starting on your defense? I would want Lawson as one of my depth guys. I want him to be in some type of situation to where he'll come in as depth. Because I really don't think Lawson is that bad. He's just not a starting cornerback. You can't throw him out there to the fire and then just have everybody burn him and roast him up. Have him covering. You got him covering T.Y. Hilton, yo. Of course he's gonna get burned. Like, you got to think about that. You can't be out there just shoving depth guys in starting positions and be like, "Yep, go for it." So I don't know whose idea that was. I don't know if Paul Gunther was like, "Yeah, I see something in these guys," and had them playing. I don't know. I don't know about that. But Gus Bradley basically saying Crosby snaps is going to get reduced. We touched on that a little bit, and like bro said, I believe it was Pizzle. He said 900 snaps for Crosby. So about 30%. If he lost 30%, then it would go down to about 600 snaps, and that would be. I think that would be comfortable. I think it would be comfortable, and it would be healthy for Crosby to get those kind of snaps. Come in a lot more fresh. Come in ready to get the quarterback on those passing downs, and not necessarily every single passing down. He could play sometimes on the second down, even start the next drive, but have a good rotation of the big men on the defensive line. So we could stay fresh. Because like Batman said, so we have fresh guys on every snap. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. And you need that, especially to stop the run. When we're playing the Patriots, right? And they're just eating us up. You got to have fresh defensive linemen and go out there and be like, okay, we're going to help you out. We've been sitting here. We're fresh. We're going to go in there and help you stop the run. Because we could not, that was embarrassing. I remember the Jets were running all over us too. Like, come on now. Rosetown Pirate was good, man. He says Gus Bradley wants more D line. I think we're kind of set on D line. He might want more, but I feel like if we were going to, we should have grabbed Sheldon Richardson. At this point, I feel like we're kind of locked in where we're at. But if we could get a better defensive tackle, like a number one defensive tackle without a doubt that could get to the quarterback, that would be nice. But let's see what we got in these free agents we picked up, like Jefferson, Solomon Thomas. We still have Vickers. We picked up Darius Stills, undrafted. So let's see what these guys bring. You know what I mean? Darius Philon, he used to play for Gus Bradley back in 2018, right? In 2018, he played for Gus Bradley. Then he went to the Cardinals and something happened. So Littleton at outside linebacker, I like the idea of that. What do you think about that? I think I kind of touched on this. I like it. I thought he was pretty much an outside linebacker already. So I'm not really sure. Y'all correct me on that. Y'all tell me definitively because y'all could teach me something too. You know what I mean? Y'all could teach me something too. I feel like Corey's already pretty much an outside linebacker. Nick Wachowski's our Mike for sure. That's the only linebacker I see that has no competition is Nick Wachowski at middle linebacker. The rest of the linebackers, it's up for grabs in my opinion. Yeah, I like the whole thing. 8-man rush. Rotation being fresh. Yes, sir. Raiders for life. Yes, sir. Farrell. Yannick backed up Farrell and showed support. Watch Raider. Yeah. The thing with Yannick, though, that I seen, about to get to this before I get to the super chat, is I wrote it down and he said him and Max are going to be the best duo coming out. What do y'all think about that? This man said, me and Max, he said, when I go to the weight room, Max be in there, and me and Max are going to be the best duo coming out. What do y'all think about what he had to say right there? Might have my boy Spotlight pull up if he wants to. But what y'all think about that? Him and Max Crosby coming out are going to be the best duo. It's kind of weird to hear that because do you guys think Max will start opposite of Yannick or is it going to be Cleveland Farrell? I feel like it's going to be Farrell. I still feel like that, even though he said that. But let me get to this super chat. Let me know down in the comments who y'all got today, right now, after everything has transpired so far, after everything you've heard. Who are you guys' starting defensive linemen now? Let me know down in the comments, y'all. But let me get to the super chat. DB Crypto. Yo, this man a GOAT. DB Crypto, not only is he saying, buy yourself some Ethereum, bro. Thanks for your content. Really appreciate it. He didn't just do a super chat. This man said, go invest your money. This man is dropping knowledge right now. So just take this with a grain of salt. But this man says, buy yourself some Ethereum. I really appreciate the super chat, dog. Ethereum, if y'all don't have any crypto at all, I suggest you guys just look at something. If you have a little money on the side that you're willing to say, okay, I can lose this and not stress about it, I suggest y'all to put it into a little bit of crypto and forget about it so you have an investment just in case the dollar crumbles. Okay? When these people start accepting cryptocurrencies as an actual tender, as an actual trade barter, as an actual currency, then we're gonna start seeing a real rise. Some countries have adopted some cryptos, some places, some ATMs. So this is just I'm not telling you to go. I'm not giving you all telling you to do it. I'm just trying to say, hey, think about it. Take it with a grain of salt. But DB Crypto, I really appreciate that, dog. Ethereum, I got you, dog. I really do. I really do. We all want to have an investment on the side. We always waste money every day. I know I'm ranting about some investments, but I know we spend money every day that we don't really mean to, that we kind of just forget about. You go buy $10 worth of something at the store, you just eat some snacks and it's gone. Do that with some of your investments. Do that with some crypto. Do that with some stock. Just leave it alone. All it is an investment. Don't spend it. Just forget about it. Maybe in 10, 20 years, it turns into 10 grand, 15 grand, and you have that. You know what I mean? So appreciate that, dog. You really dropping knowledge and really spreading investment. And I really like that stuff because I like to invest myself. So exactly, we have to prove it. That's what Derek Carr said yesterday. Mando Reyes, what's good with it? What up, though? Ray the tape. Happy hump day, brother. Had to come in here and wipe them feet. Yo, shout out to Graphic for the Northern Cali Coalition live we did yesterday with Andy from Raiders Football Talk. It was lit. X-Raider was on there, so that was dope. Top 10, 18 at best. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, Sam type rule covering tight end. Exactly. And I kind of want to see, what is Diablo doing? Like, Diablo needs to get out there and really solidify himself in a spot. That's what I feel like. Like, dude, you're just not gonna get handed a spot. You need to be out there practicing. You need to be out there doing something. That man says, what was the Chargers win? Gus Bradley came over 28. I don't know. You're gonna have to retype that one, brother. You have to retype that one. So we go in there and we slot the Ravens, then the Steelers in week 2, then 3, I believe, with the Dolphins. We were 3-0, winning cures all. Yo, that's a tough opener. Yo. And I don't really know. I don't really know if we really that's a tough one, man. You feel me? That's a tough one right there. So what do y'all think about the slot position? Because Gus Bradley spoke on Lawson jumped out. So that right there kind of threw a curveball at me. I was like, yo, Lawson jumped out when he talked about the slot because he was asked specifically. And then to go on, he spoke on Amik Robertson, saying Amik Robertson looked nice on the inside. So Lawson jumped out at him. Amik Robertson looked nice on the inside. And then third was Nate Hobbs. And the thing is, Gruden also said this as well. He said, I don't care what round you were drafted in. We'll have we'll have Robertson out there, or we'll even have Hobbs out there, whoever's playing well. So that right there tells you, like, yo, nobody's job is secure. You better step up. You got to put in the work, and you really got to show out and see what's going to be available to you. Because yeah, Ray the Wild in Littleton definitely has been outside linebacker for sure. Yeah, I believe he's that's why I'm kind of like I don't know. He was weak side middle linebacker where he looked the weak side back. He was weak side middle linebacker where he looked like weak side back, but really is middle. But yeah, I don't know. Clee ain't it, bro. Clee Farrell playing 3-tech this year. Yannick said it too. Well, that's the thing. Yannick said he could play the 5-tech and he could play the 3-tech. So the thing is, Farrell has been playing the 3-tech. So we know he plays the 3-tech. But Yannick also said he plays the 5-tech. So basically all Yannick said was he looked good doing what he's been doing. Cleveland Farrell has been playing the 5 and the 3 since he's gotten here. The 3 is just a fancy word for saying defensive tackle. The defensive tackle that isn't the nose guard or that one. So Cleveland Farrell's been doing that. He's been doing that for a minute now. Bacteria forever. That's 43 ever. Cleve Farrell is a good player, could average 8 to 10 sacks a year if used correctly. I want to say 8 to 10 sacks. I think Cleve is more of a 5, 6 sacks kind of player. He'll get you 5. I feel like he can get us 5 to 6 sacks, but he's gonna be dominant in the run game and a very intelligent player. So on screens, I feel like he will be able to sniff out a screen pretty quick. Um, Screens, he'll be able to sniff them out. And he'll be able to set the edge very, very well. So with that, I think it just goes hand in hand. If you can get 5 to 6 sacks, that's beautiful. That's what we want. That's what we want. You know what I mean? Because when you think about the other guys like Yannick and Max Crosby, yes, they're going to get more sacks, but they're not going to be able to set the edge like a Cleveland Farrell does. They're not going to be able to stop the run like he does. So you got to take it hand in hand and really take a step back and say, okay, what do they do well? And how are they all around as a player? So he pointed his thumb at Max behind him, saying Max was pumping weights during the press conference. That's real. You see, so it's just interesting because he said me and Max are going to come out as the best duo. And it's like, is Max going to start? I don't see Max starting. I just don't see it. Desmond White says Cleve is going to play on the inside. So when you guys say Cleveland Farrell is going to play on the inside, what do you mean by that, though? Because Cleveland Farrell played on the inside last year, has played on the inside every year he's been here. So when you say he's going to play on the inside, are you saying that he's going to play on the inside for now on? Or is he just going to do the same he's been doing? Or he's going to play predominantly on the inside and then rotate on the outside? So what exactly are you what exactly do you think about that? Think Farrell might play inside and sub outside, so say Yannick is the Leo. There will be times at all 3 are out there on the field. I agree with that. I completely agree. When it's time to get to the quarterback, say it's 3rd down, 3rd and 8, and we want to get to the quarterback, you'll have what I would think, right? You have Yannick out there, you have Max Crosby, Clee on the inside, and then you could pick your poison on the other defensive tackle or whoever else you want to be the pass rusher on the inside. I'm sure some of you guys might say Solomon Thomas. Some people might even say, I don't know, some people might even say Quentin Jefferson. So you can kind of just pick your poison with that. But that's kind of how I would have it lined up as far as when it comes to pass rushing. Clee should be inside. I'm seeing a lot. Clee should be inside. That's pretty I'm seeing a lot. Peterman is, I don't even know what that means. So Red or Reg, he says Yannick, Hankins, Farrell, Crosby. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to see Cleveland Farrell come out starting at defensive tackle. The only thing I don't like about that is why the hell would you draft a defensive end with the 4th pick just to play him at defensive tackle? That doesn't make sense. Why not just draft Ed Oliver? To me, it just doesn't make sense. Like why we would do that. Kind of just trying to right your wrongs. I guess save face by not starting him. So my dude, Bearded Goon, hashtag Clee is not playing inside as much this season, which is good for his development. I don't know. It's a lot of mixed reviews right now. A lot of people saying this, a lot of people saying that. Yep. I made money off Doge. You already know, dog. I made some money too. Market manipulation at its best. If Legion ain't accepting crypto, it ain't for me. Yo, I hear you, dog. Let me throw this thing on silent. I hear you, man. Soon, everybody gonna be accepting. This is gonna be crypto is just a hype-based Ponzi scheme. No, I ain't even gonna go down that rabbit hole. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But let's go on to see what a little bit more what Gus Bradley said. What do y'all think about the cornerback slot corner spot? We got Hobbs, we got Meek Robertson, we even had Nevin Lawson's name dropped. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all got starting in the slot? That's what's pretty interesting to me. Kuntz, yo, Rosetown Pirate, are you okay? Are you okay, boss? Because it seems like whenever you comment, you trying to talk down on the Raiders. So are you a Raider fan or um I'm not sure what it is, man. Why you gotta come on being like that though? Come on. Come on, player. What we doing? What we doing? It's a good day. We're trying to be positive. We're trying to be should have a good day, yo. My guy Times One Up says Hobbs is a beast. Based on what? Why would you say Hobbs is a beast? I watched some of his tape in Illinois. I didn't watch too much. I seen him take snaps inside. I seen him take snaps outside. The biggest thing I take away from it that's positive is that he's big. He's willing to hit. He doesn't give up on plays, and he does have a little bit of speed. But the number one thing is, I say he's a big corner, and he will hit you. He'll pop you. So John Q was good with it, man. Lovie Smith coached Hobbs at Illinois, so I think the kid might be a sleeper potentially. He could potentially be a sleeper. Yo, I like the realness though. No, I'm a Black Hole member, and I'm disgruntled they left Oakland. I hear you, man. I'm not even about to. Argue with that, man. I don't really like the fact that they just pretty much dipped out. They just dipped out of Oakland like that. But yeah. Let me know who y'all think gonna play in the slot. We got 3 names that were name dropped. 3 names: Lawson, Amik Robertson, and Nate Hobbs. 3 names name dropped in the slot. How many slot corners are we gonna keep on the roster though? You know what I mean? Because we also had a lot of talks about how Damon Arnett could potentially go to the slot, or Casey Hayward would go to the slot. But we already know Casey Hayward came out talking about how he ain't even playing. He basically saying he's not playing the damn slot. He's been playing outside. So in my mind, it's like, okay, so is Arnett just taking the backseat to Casey Hayward to kind of learn? They'll rotate right there, and then we'll have 2 or 3 slot guys. So y'all let me know, because then that means we have a first-round draft pick in Damon Arnett that's not even going to be on the field. We have a first-round draft pick that we're not even playing. So what's that about? If Casey Hayward and Trayvon Mullen start, and then we have guys like Lawson, Amik, and Hobbs being name dropped to play the slot, Arnett, that means we have a first-round draft pick that's sitting on the bench, keeping it warm. Like, come on, no. Yes, sir. Raider Reggie, good point. I had that in my notes. Gus Bradley said Trayvon Merrick, Tyree Gillespie are back there bored with doing the same thing, and I like that. Also said they've had over 2,000 reps. That's because they playing that free safety, and all they doing is just way back there, and they just have to wait for the play to come to them. As long as they stay disciplined, they don't sleep, and they stay energized in the back, they'll be okay. But I think once things start rolling, because I know we have the camp, we go play the Rams. You know how we like practice in training camp and stuff. So we're going to go see the Rams. And at least now that we see the Rams, it's going to be Matthew Stafford and not Jared Goff, right? We're going to be, at least our defense gets to play or practice against a different quarterback other than Carr and go somewhere to play the Rams. And the quarterback is not Jared Goff. That's not good practice if you're practicing against Jared Goff. That's like come on, y'all know Jared Goff ain't the dude. So, but yeah, those reps, they got 2,000 reps, and Gillespie and Merrick getting bored back there. I hear you, man. That's what Gus Bradley had to say. Ready for life. Only way I can say Hobbs is a beast is only because the coaches speak him up. True. I think he's a dog, though. At the end of the day, you could be right, because he is not afraid to hit. He is big. And the fact that Gus Bradley went out of his way to say, hey, he's knowledgeable. He said he was knowledgeable. He jumped out and he impressed them. So he had a lot more to say about Nate Hobbs than basically the other two, about Amik Robertson and Lawson basically put together. He said more about Hobbs. Not only that, Coach Gruden even said, I don't care what round you were drafted in. If you're going to do good, you're going to play. And then he name dropped Amik Robertson and Nate Hobbs. So those two must be out there working. They must be out there trying to get their name recognized. So we'll see. Mike Nizer, always stopping by. Appreciate you. I was shocked to hear Lawson's name thrown out there for a slot. Obviously, they see and know more than us. You know what I mean? The thing is, I didn't have a problem with Lawson. I really don't. I think he's a good depth cornerback. Depth, not a guy that you go forced to cover T.Y. Hilton in the red zone. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just I'm just talking about a depth guy, maybe third or fourth on your depth chart at cornerback. So, but I was surprised to hear that also, Mike Nizer. My guy, Watch Raider, another great content Raiders content creator. It's no set starter in the slot until it's time during camp. I think a lot will have to do with also who we play. Because think about, would you want a Nate Hobbs covering a smaller guy in the slot, or if you think Amik is playing well, you could have him go in and cover that guy. Or if you have a bigger guy in the slot like a Juju Smith, if you go look at the snaps, Juju Smith, Schuster had a lot of snaps in the slot. We play the Steelers. So if you have a guy like Juju Smith Schuster, do you want a small cornerback covering him? Or do you want a bigger guy like Nate Hobbs? You see what I'm saying? So maybe that's why we have a few guys at the nickel spot, just depending on who we're playing on the personnel. And then we'll be able to dissect who's going to be playing at the nickel for that time, being game per game. And I kind of feel like that's how it'll be for basically the whole defense. Game per game, you know, you got to match your personnel. You got to have your right matchups for the personnel based on the offense. So that's just one example that I basically have for the slot corner. Raiders, Justin Saint says, Raiders. You already know. I hope Diablo works for us. Nick 209. I used to live in the 209. Shout out Central Valley, man. How you doing, man? Hope Diablo works for us. I hate to lose another draft pick. I don't know what it is about our third round draft picks. We got Tanner Muse. Think about our third round draft picks. We got Tanner Muse, didn't play. Lynn Bowden, we ended up getting rid of him. So we got to have some. We can't have a similar situation to where another one of our third round picks are just go faulted and nothing. We get no production out of them. DB Crypto, LOL, Rosie Ho. Are you from Roseville, bro? Sacktown original myself. Rosie Ho. Are you talking to somebody? Okay, so Dominique 5 says Amik in the slot. Nick 209 says Arnett. We always had Oaktown in our blood. He says Hobbs, I think he'll beat out Arnett. Bo, I hope not. Yo, I hope not. If Hobbs beats out Arnett, that's terrible. That's terrible. Who did you guys want to draft? If we didn't get Arnett, who did you guys want to draft? If we didn't get Arnett, because we could have had somebody else other than Arnett for sure. For sure. See, that guys. Let me get down to some of these comments though. Watch Raider says Nate Hobbs because he has the size and Lawson is suspended for 2 games. You can put Arnett in the slot too. That's the thing. I've never seen Arnett play slot in the NFL. You may have seen him played in college, but I never seen him played in the NFL. He played outside when we drafted him from college. He played outside when we had this year, and he didn't do well. Now we're going to move him to the inside. And then what happens when Casey Hayward leaves? You're going to move him back to the outside. Where's the production? Where's the consistency? I don't know, man. I don't really see Arnett playing inside at the slot. I thought Hobbs had a terrible completion rating in college. I didn't say anything about the man's coverage. Like I said, only thing what he has going for him is his size. He's willing to hit. He has some speed, and he doesn't give up. I'm not going to speak on any of his coverage abilities. If y'all want to talk about his coverage abilities, go ahead, let me know that in the comments. But what's interesting is, what about Douglas? We haven't heard anything about Douglas. And not only that, what about Bleedy Ray Wilson? How many corners are we gonna keep? How many corners are we gonna keep? We got Lawson name dropped. We got Hayward. We got Mullen. We got Who else? Meek. We got Hobbs. We got Douglas. We got Bleedy. That's seven. That's seven corners. That's seven corners right there. I'm missing some. I didn't say Keyshawn Nixon. That's eight right there. Am I missing one? Isaiah Johnson. How many is that? Nine? How many corners we gonna keep? Who's getting cut? I don't know. It's slim pickings. Someone's gonna get cut off. Someone's gonna get cut off. See this, and this is what I was talking about. Right here, we get Lawson needs to go. Sorry. Hey, I'm not saying we should keep him. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that I'm surprised, just like Mike Nizer said, I'm surprised myself to see that Nevin Lawson was named. His name was dropped by Gus Bradley himself when he was questioned about the slot spot. So that's why I was kind of like, yo, that's crazy. Interesting comment right here by Wesley John 87. Abrams is not a box safety. It leaves him in man coverage most of the time, and he is absolutely trash in man coverage. I mean, I think you have to give him an opportunity. Also, we'll be running some zone schemes, and he could potentially be a roamer, kind of like a quarterback spy roamer, a cover one, a robber, basically. So if he gets stuck in man coverage, which he really isn't that good at, I agree with you. I think he'll be all right because we won't be running it like man coverage back to back to back to back plays. No, I don't think we'll be doing that. We'll be running some different stuff, cover threes, some cover sixes. I believe I've seen him Bradley run some cover sixes before. And mind you, we don't really blitz like that. Well, I guess I should say Gus Bradley doesn't really blitz like that. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. What's good, y'all? What's good? I see somebody say, what's up? Rosetown Pirate Murray. Are you saying Murray as in Kenneth Murray Jr.? Because I seen Wash Raider say Kenneth Murray. Because that's who I wanted. I wanted Kenneth Murray. And we didn't get him. Me personally, I wanted two Oklahoma players. And I said we should have went home with two players from Oklahoma. We should have had CD Lamb, Kenneth Murray Jr., called it a damn day. Easy peasy. We should have called Oklahoma. We should have called the school directly and just said, hey, send us those two guys and we're good. And we're good. But we didn't. We ended up getting Ruggs and Ornette. Not even finna go down that road. Inside is a harder position to learn and play. It is. It is because when you're playing, me personally, I used to play cornerback back in the day. For those who don't know, yes, I used to play football, but me and CNGT, if y'all know CNGT, me and him were on the same football team. He was on the offensive line, but I was a DB, and I was playing corner. And when you play corner and you're outside, at least you have the leverage. It's like we used to call it the we don't call it. It's kind of weird because the Seahawks have the 12th man, but it's like you have an extra defender for the out of bounds. So when you have your back to it, it's like you have help. But when you're in that slot, you don't have really any help at all because the guy could just go to the right, he can go to the left, he'll motion all the way across the field and then motion all the way back and then do a slant to the inside. So when you're playing outside, it's not as hard because you have help behind you, which is the boundary line. And you know that. You have to be cognizant of that. But that nickel spot, you got to be quick. You got to be twitchy. You got to be able to really get your man. I would say the number one thing is you got to get your man off of his spot when you're in the slot, right? You can't let him just run freely and get to his spot. No, you have to get him out of his route, get him out of his step count, and then make him readjust. Only some of the best could really do that. Yo, did y'all see that picture of a Meek on the Raiders page of a Meek catching that, making that catch? That thing, he was up there. He was up there. I was like, yo, my guy got some hops. But you got to think, Amik is smaller, but he played very well outside when he was in college. So, facts. I saw Amik get burned for a touchdown on his first NFL snap. I seen that. Amik did not look good at all whatsoever. in really any games. I seen him to where he blitzed and he blitzed. He was in the backfield about to make a tackle, and then he ends up missing the tackle. I'm like, that would have been a 5-yard loss, and he misses the tackle. He was in perfect position. And I was like, man, I want him to do good, but Wesley John, I don't think Hayward can play at a top level for 4 quarters at his age. I think Arnett rotates with him. See, what I said what I said, this is a good point, because what I said at the very beginning was I think Hayward and Mullen will start, but down the line of I would say week 4 to 7, we could see some type of rotation to where Arnett comes in to start. Arnett will come in and have some more playing time and start some games. That's just what I think. That's just what I think personally. Abram is a box safety now. Facts. Like, he's a box safety to me. He's finna smack somebody. Like, y'all think – I can't wait for that Ravens game, because I want to see what happens when Lamar Jackson takes off running and Abram has an angle on him. What do y'all think will happen when Abram has an angle on Lamar Jackson? It's going to be ugly. Now, I hope – the thing is with me with Abram, if you're going to miss a tackle, miss the tackle at 100%. Go 100%. Don't go full speed, and then once you're about to get to the guy, you kind of like second guess yourself and then kind of stutter step and then try to figure out what they're going to do. No, just go full speed. Just go full speed. If you barely clip them, if you miss, you miss. At least you were going 100%, but don't start taking off really fast and then miss the tackle and then you're just chasing them down. Nah, if you're going to go out there, just go full speed and crack that dude. Smack that man. I'm telling you. I want to see Abram smack that dude. Go ahead and take off running if you want. Abram better come down and smack the dog shit out of him. Abram is best at blowing up plays before they begin, and that's a box safety. Y'all remember when we were playing the Bills and he came down from the free safety spot and smacked, I believe his name was Roberts, the wide receiver on the Bills? He had got I don't know if it was a jet sweep or if it was some type of screen, if it was a thrown screen pass, and he came from probably 30 yards and just smacked him. Now, I can't wait for something like that. That's what I want to see. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go check out some Gus Bradley defense also, because he'll have a safety literally on the edge right there. Just look at where Derwin James is at, or if not, look at where Rashawn Jenkins is at. Either Rashawn Jenkins or Derwin James. They played on the Chargers. See where they're at, and then you'll have an idea of what we'll see from potentially Jonathan Abram. He'll be somewhere in that spot. I don't even know. That's extra. I don't know what you're talking about in the chat, bro. That is extra. Lamar will slide if the linebacker miss. Exactly. If he doesn't miss a tackle, it will be ugly for sure. That's what I'm saying. You don't try to run towards Lamar Jackson and then stop and break down, because it won't work. Lamar Jackson will juke you. You're not going to stop and break down because Lamar Jackson is just going to run and then juke and keep going. So when you go to run towards him and you try to break down and then tackle him, he's already going to be gone up the field. So just go full speed through him. If he jukes you, but go through him. Make him make the decision. You don't make a decision based off him. You make your decision and execute it to the full maximum speed. Don't base what you do. Yo, it probably will be. It probably will be a 15-yard penalty. No cap. That's a good point. The thing is, it might not even be a hit to the helmet. It might not even be led with the helmet. He might just hit him so goddamn hard that they're like, we got to call a penalty on this. We have to call a penalty on this. Y'all remember when Jacobs was we were playing the Falcons and they said Jacobs was using his helmet as a weapon or something like that, leading with, I'm like, yo, he's a damn running back. He's a running back. You see this in every single thing, and you see the Falcons player literally like bounce off of Jacobs and fly off of him, and then you call a penalty on the running back. That was insane. But I'm about to wrap it up here. I'm about to wrap it up here in these last couple of minutes. Just touch on some things. Let's talk about what Yannick had to say a little bit. I think we touched on it. He said him and Max will be basically the best duo coming out. I think those are some big words to say about Max. Like that's huge. You basically our biggest free agent signing is name dropping Max and saying him and Max will be the best duo. Mind you, Yannick has played with the Ravens defensive line, played with the Vikings defensive line, and also played with the AFC conference, a defensive line that was in the AFC conference just, I believe, 3 years ago. And that was with Calais Campbell and some other dudes. So for him to say that, it does mean a lot. It does mean a lot. So I hope Max really is putting in that work and really showing out. I just want to see us play, man. Are y'all ready to watch? Are y'all ready for that first game against the Ravens? Like, I'm serious. Like, are y'all ready? Yeah, but Abram can't be hitting players out of bounds. Yeah, you can't be doing that. Remember when the Colts game at the top of the play, the wide receiver, like the whistle was blown, and then Abrams just comes up and smacks the wide receiver. Another 15-yard penalty. You can't be doing that stuff either. You know what I mean? Did y'all hear anything that Yannick has said though that y'all was kind of interested in? Only a couple more minutes. I'm about to bounce out because yesterday I ended up being on here for a minute, but I'm just glad to hear from Coach Bradley. I'm just glad to hear from him. I've been talking about it for a while. I've been saying, look, I want to hear from Coach Bradley. I want to see what he has to say, and really see like, yo, what does this man think of our defense? You know, who's going to be in the slot? And we got some good questions from the interviewers, which I was happy about, and we got some good answers from Gus Bradley. It wasn't just super vague. It wasn't just bland. No, he actually name dropped some people, so I was glad to hear that. Also, they asked Yannick about his weight, asking, did Coach Gruden, did the staff kind of ask you to gain weight and do this and do that? And he said, no, I just brought it upon myself, looking back with the other teams I played with, what I could do better. And he said he just wanted to gain weight within himself just to become a better player, especially at the position he plays. And it makes sense. You know, you want to gain some weight. They said he was at 258. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 258. So I don't really mind what Yannick does with his weight. I feel like as long as he brings the same production that he's brought with other teams, 8+ sacks every single year, then that's basically what I want to see. Get those 8+ sacks. That's what we need. Get those extra sacks that we were missing. Get those turnovers. Most importantly, stripping the ball out of the quarterback's hands. You know, creating turnovers. Those are huge. He's like one of the top defensive players in general to create those turnovers, slapping the ball out of the quarterback's hand. You know, creating those fumbles. That's what we really want to see. Get to a few more comments out. Nick 209, glad you went live, Ray. Peace out, Raider Nation. Peace out, dog. Appreciate you stopping by. I really do. Yannick thinks the world is sleeping on him and Max. Yes, they do, man. I think everybody just sleeps on the Raiders in general. Everybody sleeps on the Raiders in general, man. You know what I mean? People just always talking down. We had the worst offseason. Like, it doesn't make sense. We got the best safety in the draft. We get a starting caliber, competent right tackle. What else did we need after that? And then they'll start nitpicking at stuff, and then we'll get stuff like Kurt Warner doing breakdowns on our quarterback, saying he's not aggressive, but then say he is aggressive. He's not aggressive, but he still won the game and beat the Chiefs. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, dude, you can't sit here and say he's aggressive, but he's not aggressive, but he also won the game. And then you're talking about all the same game. So Derek Carr got to go put up 40 points against the Chiefs, but then when the Chiefs play Tom Brady only has to score more than 3 points. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not finna hear that bullshit. Bro says, can't wait to see preseason. Can't wait to see it because that's when we get to see all our rookies, all our depth players. We'll get to see guys at Gillespie at free safety. We'll get to see guys probably Amik at the corner, Nate Hobbs at the corner. Who else? This is what's going to be interesting about the preseason we talked about. DB Crypto, man. You have a good day, man. I'm about to get off just here in a few seconds after this one thing. Talk Ken Chit. Catch up with you, man. But this last thing I'm going to say is that it's going to be interesting in the preseason if Arnett is taking snaps in the preseason. Then that says a lot. Like, to me, it just says a lot. If Arnett is taking snaps in the preseason, then I don't know exactly what it means, but I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. That means we're trying to get him extra snaps outside of the real game. And if he doesn't do well in preseason, then we gotta bite that bullet. So get to these last little comments because I see some people saying some things I said about Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner didn't play aggressive when he played on top of had a Hall of Fame receivers. Enough said. Yeah, Kurt Warner's offense, like, come on, dog. Like, are you talking about when he played for St. Louis? You talking about when he played for Arizona? Because when he was on St. Louis, that offense was different. Great live rate. I'm out. Bearded Goon. Hashtag catch you later, man. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all can, man, hit that like button. Before y'all go, hit that like button if you can. If y'all not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Get to these last few things. Austin Martinez, Raid, are you trying to go to the Niners preseason? I kind of wanted to, but when I looked at the tickets, I was like, dang, are they really this much for a preseason game? It was kind of interesting, but I do want to get some tickets. It's in Santa Clara, not too far of a drive. Me and my girl go up there, pop in for a day, probably stay the night Saturday, have a good night's evening and and some good weather, and then go to a preseason game. Warner was a GOAT. He can't move around with that. I might be going to that. Okay. Yeah, if I go to any games, you guys are gonna know because I'll be letting you guys know whatever games I go to. You feel me? Hell yeah, Ray Love. Hit that like. Thanks, bro. Enjoy your content. Have a good day, man. Yep, I'm about to get out of here though, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I really do. Appreciate you, Edward, for stopping by, man. Deuce. I'm gonna tailgate this year. It'll cost between $4,500 for a spot. I heard about that, player. Heard about that, man. Dustin, catch you later, man. Yeah, them Chief Trolls was tripping. Them Chiefs Trolls was tripping. But I appreciate y'all stopping by, man. Like I said, I got a few videos dropping soon. I got my Alec Ingle. I just got to edit it up and drop that one. More than a fullback. Alec Ingle, one of the best fullbacks in the game. More than a fullback, though. Also, the Derek Carr fumble Rooski video, man. We're going to look at all the Derek Carr's fumbles. We're going to see which ones were avoidable, which ones were his fault. And just see how we can improve or how he can improve when it comes to that. How can he improve holding on to the ball, getting less fumbles? And my another video was Foster Moreau that I will be dropping. So y'all take it easy, man. It's Wednesday. We got Thursday, Friday, close the week strong. Close the week, high morale, stay positive. I hope everybody has a blessed week and a good day. But until next time, raid, man. You know what? I messed up last time too, man. But until next time, y'all, raid the tape.